Thank you for clicking on this video. If you enjoy what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell to stay up to date with our latest content.
And hey, don't forget, check out our Patreon where you can be part of the dream and enjoy this transaction.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Microtransaction. I'm your host, Liquid, and joining me today, as usual, we have the man who puts the action in Microtransaction, the co-host, the other host, the host of the show with the most below, Chris. Chris, how the hell are you?
I was gonna say boo, because technically you guys are watching this, but it's a day after Halloween right now. Right now, you probably have delicious treats in hands reach while you're listening to the Microtransaction, and it's just a good time. So I hope you had a happy Halloween. I hope it was fun. I hope you got the high tier candy, and you're like, Chris, what is a high tier candy? We got that covered. There's a video. Hopefully, it'll be linked. YouTube channel. I don't know how to, but it's just we got it. If you want to know,
look, at the end of this episode, it'll be the recommended. It'll be the next episode. So if you want to see, just go to the end. You'll get a recommended episode.
Yeah. So if you want to know how you should be eating your candy the Microtransaction way, we got your back.
You got it.
Yeah, Liquid. I've been good, man.
Yeah?
Today was a good day,
Nice.
and we felt the fall air. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
It was nice outside. It brought me back to Chicago. I loving it, man.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I felt a little bit of that little brisk wind, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I felt for that 98 to 96 degrees. That's in Florida here, but no. Yes, it did feel a little cooler today. I went, I got my Starbucks and shit. I just spilled some on me. Oh crap! All right, but yeah. So yeah, just got picked up some Starbucks. The weather looks good, man. One thing I do want to mention though is that this is supposed to be like better weather for running, and I just find myself like getting asthma faster when I run in this weather, which sucks. But I still want to do it because I just see it as I'm training my lungs to expand more. That's what I'm hoping. That I get out of this. Speaking of expanding more, I did break my fastest mile again. I'm at 7 by 1 second. 1 second.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
Yo,
man.
what's the official time, Liquid? What's the official time?
7 minutes 54 seconds.
Bro, oh my God, man needs to be careful, bro. You're coming for his time.
I don't know. Once I hit that 1 mile, your boy slows down tremendously.
You're just like, all right. Oh shit. No, but like a 7-minute mile. That's pretty good. Like,
No,
you
I'm
in there?
happy.
You broke the 8-mile barrier. Good stuff,
Yeah,
man.
thanks. But yeah, so I actually for a second I forgot I was hosting the show. So we got a great show today. We're gonna be going over a few things here. We're gonna go over Halo's biggest critic. All right, who is that? You stick around to find out. You might have known by the thumbnail. We'll see. It's Master Chief. Master Chief is Halo's biggest critic. Next one, Nintendo gets away with it again. Oh, what are we talking about? I think you know. But stick around and find out for sure. And then we had a state of play.
Keep getting away with this.
They just keep doing it. We keep letting them do it. Nintendo! Yeah, dude. And in the state of play, that happened this last Wednesday, and they showed off some things there. But we'll talk about. We'll run down the list. It wasn't too much, but yeah, we'll get around. Chris, are you ready to talk about some Halo? I don't know if you're that Halo guy. Are you? Is there something back there?
Maybe. First off, I want to start off with the campaign. We'll briefly talk about it. If you want to see that too, we also have a reaction. Check it out. I personally loved everything I saw. Excited, but 10 seconds in, instantly feeling the strain of no co-op day one. You're like, oh man, this would be so much fun to play with my friends. And I'm like, oh, because it was so good. And I'm like, this is the kind of gripes I want to have with the game.
Okay.
Then I'm like, oh man, I want to experience this with people instead of being like, this is broken. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So like, I'd rather have no problems.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, can't stress that enough. But like, I'd rather have this problem than like Halo 5 problems.
Yeah, for sure. I agree there. Yeah, this is a You'd rather take this is the lesser of the two evils, you know. So yeah, I agree. And the funny thing is that watching that trailer, I had the opposite effect because I was going in with I'm like, no co-op campaign. I'm not gonna play this shit. I'm not gonna waste my time. But then I watched the trailer. I'm like, holy shit, I really want to play this. So I had the kind of opposite effect. Granted, yes, I get it. You still feel a little burnt by that the campaign. It's just got a little stink on it that you can't shake, and it's just like, damn. But I think we're still gonna get an awesome product. It's not gonna be complete, sure, but it's coming down the line, and that's what we want to get into. That's the reason why we're talking about this now. Is that when it finally does come down the line, when everything starts coming into play and falling into place, will it be too little or too late? And that's what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, because there's a little guy out there, a streamer. Some of you might know him, Dr. Disrespect. He's had a couple choice words about Halo and Halo Infinite. Now, basically criticizing the game, the campaign mostly, I think got it like real tough. Even though I did watch his multiplayer when he was doing it, and he was also critiquing it too, I thought some of it a little like too much.
Right.
I understood like everything that Dr. Disrespect is saying, I kind of agree with.
Sure.
To a point. And let me for those who don't know, he's basically saying that 2 to 3 weeks from the game's launch, by the end of December, early January, this game is going to be dead on arrival without a battle royale. Like how do you, like, just off of your initial knee-jerk reaction, how does that make it feel?
The thing is, like, so I've been kind of saying this as well. Like, I don't know if this game is gonna last, and I feel like even though I don't like battle royales, they're not my favorite choice of game type. However, I do know that it's necessary, you know, to survive in this sort of day and age, especially with just how the industry is right now. It's like if you don't have a battle royale, then there's no conversation almost sometimes, you know. So I feel like it's important. I feel like Halo needs it. Part of me wishes that they just like have a little sneak one, like, oh guys, but by the way, we forgot to mention there's a little battle royale in there that was actually been in there the entire time. That's why there's no campaign. But I know that's not gonna happen. But yeah, like, just to add to what you were saying here, like Dr. Disrespect, he was even like he kept going at it. Like, it wasn't even just like one thing he said, you know. He just kept, like, he was watching the trailer, you know, and he was sort of dissecting it a little bit, and every time he just kept bringing up battle royale, the game, you know, for the amount of time, like, it just doesn't look as good, stuff like that. So, you know, and yes, I'm not saying he's not right. I mean, I think he's right to a certain extent as well. Yes, I don't think it's, I'll be honest, it's going to be difficult for it to last past the 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And granted, just to make things clear, this is specifically talking more from like a viewership standpoint, from a streaming, like, you know what I'm saying? So like an audience, like how long are they going to stay around for that product, right? And yeah, I don't want it to happen. I don't want Halo to just sort of flop after 3 weeks or so. I think it'll last a little longer than 3 weeks. At least I'd hope it does. So I think 3 weeks is a little what am I thinking of? What's the word? Like, just a little over-exaggerated, a little dramatic, a little rough, sure. But I think it'll last a little longer than that. But it's definitely a problem.
Yeah, going into some of what he said. First of all, like, I want to bring it back to even the more campaign one. This is like the first beta weekend where they were there, and he was playing with Zealander, Tim the Tapman, and they played like the first initial 4-hour block. They were playing with it, but even then he was critiquing because he's like, "Oh, all I wanted is a battle rifle," and I'm like, I understand that to an extent because playing with the battle rifle feels great.
Oh yeah,
you know, and the other guns feel phenomenal as well. It's just like the BR is like a head and shoulders ahead of the rest.
Right.
You just like feel the lack of.
Yes.
But you know, it's a power weapon, so I understand why it should feel that way. And like, I think he had critiques with the campaign because it's been in production for like 6 years, and he's like, this should blow our socks off. You had all this time. Now yet again, I think, like I said, I agree to it to a point. We did have a lot of time. I'm like, part of that 6 years was making a brand new engine.
Sure.
You know, that split Spring, whatever the heck that is a brand new engine that is supposed to make it easier to add add-ons into the already existing engine. So it's just like so like it's supposed to last for over time. So when 343 is speaking that it's supposed to hit this 10-year miraculous mark, that this is supposed to be the engine to take them there.
Gotcha.
And I think I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate. I'm gonna give a little pushback to the doc.
Oh.
Because like he's forgetting about another game that did that pretty well.
Okay.
Doesn't have a battle royale. Valorant.
Yeah.
We're forgetting that Valorant came out technically a new IP. Now I'm like has stood the test of time without a battle royale. Like, do you think, Liquid, that like lightning can essentially strike twice?
So like I think it can. The thing is that, and I think that's a great point, the Valorant point that you're making there. The only thing is I just feel like with Valorant you kind of know what you're getting. You know what I'm saying? It's more like a CS:GO. And then Halo's being sort of put up against just first person shooter, like your Call of Duties and shit like that, and or your Battlefields even, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Apex, let's say, you know what I'm saying? And every one of those games, well, Battlefield even had one, I think, to an extent, had a battle royale, and it's just like I just feel like, even though, like I said, Valorant, I think it's a great example. Like, it's the fact that Halo's like. Because if Halo said, "Oh, we're just gonna do multiplayer, we're focusing on multiplayer," we'll get everything else like try to keep it separate entities. Maybe they could get away with. They could have got away with that. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, "Oh, the campaign's coming later." You know what I'm saying? Maybe, but that's not the case. And we know the campaign's.
It is the case.
Oh, is it?
Well, because they remember the terrible tweet all the year, like I think it was 2 years ago or a year ago. It was like the only battle rifle BR we're worried about is battle rifle.
Yeah, I remember that.
Technically, they have said that their one point. This is before the big change happened. Before the first campaign trailer happened. That's where I assume the change happened.
Okay.
But technically saying they've never said they were gonna make it BR.
Right. No, and I'm not even just talking about the BR though, but I'm even talking about the campaign. See, like Valorant doesn't have a campaign. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. You mean like it was just multiplayer?
Yeah, like if they were just doing multiplayer only, no campaign, no like get everything, and like just they'll talk about the campaign maybe, but keep it separate, so that way it doesn't look like, hey guys, no, we would use all our time and resources on this multiplayer. Now we're focusing on campaign. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they could have probably gotten away with it. They probably wouldn't. It wouldn't be as much of a sting maybe. Because they're working on it, especially when you get a solid multiplayer. Like, well, if the multiplayer is this good, I can imagine what a controlled like campaign is gonna look like, or feel like. So yeah, it's just like I said, Valorant is just all multiplayer. So if they would have did that, I would agree. I would side with you a little bit more that maybe it can strike twice, but because it has a campaign, and because the campaign essentially is incomplete, not from a story standpoint, but from the co-op part of it, that's why I feel like that's where the sting comes in, and that's when you start getting the negative thoughts, like, oh, this is 343, blah blah blah. You hear it all the time.
You're saying that Halo suffers from a failure of riches, like because it has these things, just because we're accustomed to having certain things in the game is actually to its detriment.
Yes, I think at this point, absolutely. I think that's the main reason why here. I feel like just at this point in time for the game itself, that's the reason why it's kind of giving it such a negative impact.
Yeah, and how do you feel? So do you agree with I'm gonna say Zlander yet again, a very popular streamer on YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, I think he does Twitch or YouTube, one or the other.
Facebook. I thought it was Facebook. I think he does Facebook.
Well, he does do Facebook.
Yeah, he's like the only guy I know who does Facebook.
But I was gonna say, because I follow him on YouTube because he has a YouTube channel, and that's how I watch him.
Okay.
But he was saying that a BR will open up the player base even more and get more people to play multiplayer as well. Do you think that Halo would suffer from having a BR? Would the multiplayer, the arena shooter, suffer if there's a BR in Halo?
I think so. I really do think so. Because that I think that's a great point. I remember, or I did hear him say that before. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think like people who are like just strictly want a battle royale, I think they'll try the multiplayer, but I don't think they're gonna stick with it because that's just not their thing. You know, you look at Call of Duty Warzone versus the Call of Duty just multiplayer. It's night and day difference. Call of Duty Warzone's averaging closer to 100,000 viewership, and then you got just Call of Duty, you know, multiplayer like 7.9 or something, like just under 8, and like that's a huge difference. You know, that's a huge difference. So even though I think it can bring people, it's not even just about bringing the people. Like the people are gonna come. I feel like it's just staying and keeping the people, and that's the problem. That's the problem that's a wall that's trying to be broken here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, because Apex has their version of like arena style gaming, like and battle royale, and it seems to coexist pretty well. You just think like these things are exclusive to these franchises, and Halo couldn't sneak in there whatsoever, Liquid?
I think Halo could. The thing is, Apex is such an exception because it does it so differently. You know what I'm saying? It's like it still keeps the 3v3, right? That's how the battle royale is. Like that, they already have you conditioned to knowing that, hey, if you have more than 2 friends and you want to play this game, you're shit out of luck. You know what I'm saying? So they already have that though, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I mean, it sucks, I guess, if you have multiple friends. I don't, so I don't care. You know, I'm a loser. But anyway,
loser.
I love the ongoing joke, but
joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, like I just feel like they do things in their own way, right? So this battle arena, I feel like plays way different than, like, I can't compare it to a Call of Duty multiplayer or even Halo multiplayer for that matter, because they're, like I said, that 3v3 battle arena style, and you're still like, there's no respawn or anything like that. It just feels like it just plays differently. I feel like it's an exception because of how different it is. I think if Halo did have that and had a different, maybe multiplayer, a different style, which they're not going to. Everybody knows if you're gonna play Halo, you're gonna play it for how it was, right? Now, if they added another game type, maybe, but I don't think that's gonna do it any much better. You know what I'm saying? And also, to just close this out, Apex did have the battle arena first. Like, they had it first before the battle. I mean, they had a battle royale before the battle arena, and then so I feel like that plays a huge part too, because here you are, you know, you're starting off with a battle royale, which is something everybody wants, something everybody enjoys playing, and then now you're introducing something new, and everybody's like, oh, let me try that, and then they end up liking it. With Halo, it's like, oh, you got the core people who like the multiplayer, and then later on, let's say you bring in a battle royale. Hopefully, that ship hasn't sailed yet, is what you're kind of hoping at that point.
This is what I legitimately think, because I think Dr. Disrespect, Zealander, hell you bring up good points where they like, oh man, it could struggle, this and that. I'm saying that the only reason why I'm on this side of the opposite side of the fence is because I feel like next year's lineup of AAA title games are going to be so weak. Warzone, their hacking system or their anti-cheat system already broken.
Yeah,
it's really, you really think about it's Fortnite, Apex. Even Apex is having bleed over from Call of Duty's player base with the cheating. So I think this is why I think that Halo's gonna stick around. If they can cure the problem, because, you know, new games are new. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
New games are new and they work, and you look at, and then you go back to play Apex, and nothing can be wrong with Apex coming up. Like, they cannot launch anything bad or be like, they had to be on their best behavior in December.
Okay.
Because right now Apex is technically on the upswing.
It is.
And, you know, obviously they're going to take a hit because, like I just said, new games are new. But if Halo can keep the momentum, that's why I think survive. I think for sure, I think it's going to be popular for at least, guaranteed 2 months, 3 months for sure. I think the first season it's going to be fine. Like the co-op needs to happen, and the promise of Forge needs to be shown.
Oh yeah, I think they need to show it sooner rather than later. They need to show the Forge as soon as possible.
When season 2 drops, they need to show you that season 3 is coming in Forge, because then people like me are gonna be like, hey, Liquid, Forge. You're like, I don't care about Forge, Chris. I don't forge nothing. I'm not here to build maps. I'm here to game on them, bro. I'm here to click some heads, right? That's what Liquid tells me in our off time, bro. He's like, I'm out here clicking heads and ripping them to shreds. And I'm like, hey, bro, no. But there's other people that build the maps, and they also build the battle royale.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you.
No, and like with the expanded player base, that even on the beta, that it was up to 24 players. Like then you have the potential for some serious stuff.
Yeah.
Because Halo 5's Forge is probably the best Forge system in all of Halo history.
It's so funny you say that, because like I didn't even know Halo 5 had a Forge, like, at all. The thing is, there's probably maps.
Come out at launch.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Well, I mean, I don't know if that really helps. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, because like I didn't know. The thing is, so, and if I remember correctly, the Halo Forge maps, a lot of them made it into official maps, right? Like into the game. Did Halo 5 have that treatment as well? Was there official maps from the Forge? So I'm like, oh, there's probably Forge maps that I've played on that I don't even know they're Forge maps.
100%.
So yeah,
100%.
I believe that absolutely.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I thought you were gonna say I never played on one. I'm like, Liquid, that's not true, because we played on it together and you had no idea. There's a map with a pelican on it.
A pelican? Man, I don't remember.
All right, I know we had like those couple of nights we played together, but there's a map that we totally were playing, and we were shooting by a pelican. I'm like, this is a Forge map, but I'm like, I don't think Liquid knows that it's a Forge map.
No idea.
But we were still working on our pistols. We were working on pistol
okay.
games. So I'm like,
yeah, no
I
idea.
don't need to.
But yeah, no, I had no idea, and I figured that was the case here. So, will it, hopefully, if someone can, hurry up, put something together, get a good solid battle royale going, maybe it'll bring people in. But yeah, we're talking about what, 6 months after the game comes out? Is that when? That's season 3?
Yeah.
That's a little tough pill to swallow.
And I agree with you, but the thing is, and we're gonna get on it later on our future topic when we're talking about PlayStation. I'm like, there's a lot of games they say are coming. I don't think that are coming, Liquid.
Nah,
I think 2021 was the last year of us having really good games that weren't 100% affected by the panoramic. Now we're starting to head to the phase where like studios have been in development hell,
right?
Because of this. And I think we're gonna start seeing delay after delay after delay. And I think with this new next year's Call of Duty, I'm like, oh, this Call of Duty is gonna be somehow better. I was like, Vanguard. The main issue with Vanguard was the cycle life, the way they do it. I'm like, the last year of making the game, I'm like, they weren't in the same room together. Right. I'm like, you're gonna have this problem, and these are the reasons why I think Halo's actually gonna last longer than it maybe even should.
Okay.
And I'm being unbiased. For me, your boy's playing it. I'm playing this game until the wheels fall off, motherfucker. That's your boy right here. It'll be me and Justin. Just like there's no one else left on the servers. You want a 1v1 again for the 100,000th time? Bitch, you know it. Yeah. And I'll be streaming it on Twitch. Don't worry about it, guys.
No, but you're like, I know that's a great point. And yeah, I don't know. I hope that doesn't happen with a lot of the games, but I know they're gonna be impacted. I'm not saying it's not. I know it's going to happen. It's a guarantee that it's gonna happen. Now, to how many games? I guess that's really that's a big question now. How many games will be impacted? And yeah, I agree. I'm sure we're gonna be expecting some delays. You know what I'm saying? And like hell, what, Saints Row? What's up with Saints Row? Is that when is that? When did they say that was gonna come out?
It's coming out in February.
Yeah,
We've seen the one trailer.
It wasn't even gameplay trailer. Okay.
February has become super stacked. There's a little game you may have heard of called Elden Ring that's supposed to come out that month, and you move out of the way for Elden Ring.
Well, didn't Elden Ring already get delayed by a month or something?
It was supposed to come out in January. Now it's coming out in
February. Okay.
A week before Saints Row was supposed to come out.
Gotcha.
And then it's like Elden Ring, Saints Row, and there's something else I can't remember that comes out that month. Where like February looks insane for gaming, and if you don't have to, if you're like, yo, dude, we should just come out later, you probably should.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully that it works in Halo's favor. You know what I'm saying? I do want it to last. I can't wait to play it myself. I'm loving everything that I'm seeing so far. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to find out.
Yeah, I think don't get me wrong, I think it's gonna take a dip, but I don't know why, man. I think it's gonna be a word of mouth kind of thing with Halo.
I hope you're right.
Speaking of the word of mouth, Liquid, have you heard about The Lot?
Chris, you know what's funny? I just so happen to be looking at The Lot, and for those who don't know, it's our list of transactions. And if you want to be part of the lot, you get a shout out every week. You know, it's our Patreon. You know, you're feeling generous, you donate $1, you get your name shouted out. You know. Also, early content.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You get to see us, me and Liquid. We just let our hair down. We relax.
we grow it out and just let it out, baby. Just grow it out.
Let it out. It's just like the ball kid, just like. But like, yeah. Like, you know, we just relax. This is a little looser of a show. You get to know the boys. You know what I'm saying? If you want us to talk about something, we'll talk about it. It's very loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you have a Twitch or anything you want us to shout us out, like you want that shout out, we'll do it.
Absolutely.
We're never hoes.
Exactly. wait, you said what? No, we're hoes but never pimps.
We're hoes and never. We're pimps never hoes.
Yeah, no. Like we may be whores, but we're never pimps.
There you go, Liquid. This is why you're here, dude. You keep me honest.
There it is. All right, so let's go down this list here. So first on the list we have Alex, aka KingShadow_1. You can find him on Twitch.
Yep, he'll be there screaming, "Damn it!" Like he was streaming last time. He was just like, "How did he get behind me?" I'm like, "You didn't check the corners."
Nope, you ain't lying. Next on the list we have Jessica.
Oh, bro. that every time, like lately, that poor girl, she's out there, she's loving the content. Thank you so much. She insulted my room, hurt my feelings, so fuck that bitch.
Wow.
And thank you for your dollar.
Well, first of all, I want to know what's so bad about the room. I mean, look, so far from what we can see.
What it is, look at. But I know what it is.
Yeah, please.
Look at your room. Look how nice that shit is. Apparently, I need something like here.
Well, okay. So it's a little boring. I get that's fine. If you want to call it a little boring, there's nothing wrong with it. Like you got the posters. You know what I'm saying? I see a little signature behind your head. You know what I'm saying? A little David Hayter signature. It's a little small, but we get it. You know what I'm saying? We get it. At least it's not a pigsty. At least it's not dirty. You know what I'm saying? You know, as far as what the camera can see, at least it's not dirty. You know what I'm saying? So
on that ass, I have like a bunch of clothes that I haven't hung up, and there is a nice pile right there. And I'm like, am I gonna pan and show you? No.
Dude, the funny thing is, like, so down here, that wire, I was trying to hide the wires. That's what was concerning me. Was this wire down here?
That's offensive. Like,
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Next on the list, we've got Nung, the ever forgettable Nung.
She just went to see Thundercat. He was in Tampa, and she had a good time.
Damn, what's up with all these people coming to Tampa? Rolling Stones, Erykah Badu, Thundercat. You're some great artists. My God.
You have to understand, we all decided as a state of Florida that with the panoramic's over, so now we're just going caution to the wind.
So yeah, we decided the panoramic's over. The celebrities are like, we got to make some more money. We got to make some money. So Florida's open. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I guess so. Makes sense.
We say it as a joke that it's exactly 100% what's happening.
I didn't even think about that, and yeah, sounds like it's on the money.
Mm-hmm.
Then next on the list we got Patrick, aka Patty Cakes.
Patrick, you know, he invited me out to dinner, and I'm like, nah, bro, I gotta film the microtransaction, the content you know and love. He's like, ooh, okay, you're right, Chris. I need to listen to the transaction next week. So Patrick, we love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. You know, I feel bad because I feel like everybody's inviting you, and you know, I scoop you up. I'm just, you know, I'm so what's the word here? Selfish. So I feel like I'm just being selfish at all. But hey, I appreciate that, Patrick, that you understand, brother. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I have to understand. I'm at home. I'm with a good man. I'm streaming a podcast, and he treats me right. All right.
There it is. And then next on the list we have Andres, Daddy Warbucks.
Ooh, bad news with Andres, bro.
What?
With my job. Oh,
no,
he
didn't get it.
That's the thing. They called him because they thought this other guy turned it down, right? So they were like, oh, okay. So they were gonna hire Andres. They told him he had the job, and then they had to call him right back and tell him that he didn't because of the misunderstanding.
I'd hate to be that person who had to call him back.
I bet Andres. So you have to understand, when Andres is initially enraged, he will just shut down. He'll just like, and you're like. The rate you can see, like his face is calm.
Yeah.
His eyes are burning.
The person on the phone is probably like, "Sir, are you still there?"
He's like, why is his phone hot all of a sudden?
You just feel it, feel the heat of 1,000 suns just pouring through the phone. Oh
you're like, jeez.
That's funny, but not funny. But you know, us making a joke is funny. But I'm sorry, Andrea. Sorry that happened.
All right, he didn't really want the job anyway. He's gonna be there for like 3
That's
months.
right. He did say he didn't want it. So next on the list we have Liz.
Is my homie. She's out there. She's grinding. She's working. I reached out to her, guys. I was like, I need to go hang out with Liz. Liz hit me up. We were talking. She says hi, y'all. And she's like, oh, I love the show. Thank you, guys.
Oh,
So,
nice,
yeah.
cool. I'm glad she likes it. Then
What's her nickname?
what's her nickname?
Elden Ring herself.
The Elden Ring. That's right, Elden Ring. I was gonna say because she's a big tabletop gamer, right? Or no?
D&D.
See it. Oh, D&D. Okay, so what does she play as? What kind of character?
The Dungeon Master, dog.
Oh, so the Dungeon Master herself, Liz. I'm gonna call her the Dungeon Master.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds cooler.
You ain't wrong.
All right, next on the list we have Ani.
Bro, what did something on? Oh no, she texted me, and she texted me as you, and she's like, I love cocks.
Oh my god, dude. The thing is that the funny thing is, so for some reason my phone has been struggling to text you specifically, Chris. I don't know why, but like it'll like say like it didn't send. I have to tap it multiple times. But anyways, so she said she sent that to you from my phone saying I love cocks, and then she put in my mouth. Luckily that part didn't send to you. Like I saw like.
You sent to me, but it sent to me like 30 minutes later.
Oh god, well yeah, it was sent right afterwards, but it was taking forever. I tried to delete it. I deleted it on my end. I guess it still went through. Fuck. All right, whatever. Next on the list we have Justin Torres, aka Tampa Cornflake. You'll find him on Twitch.
Honestly, just he's out there, bro. Me and him, we downloaded Fortnite.
Damn it, bro. Why, dude?
Oh, bro, you have to understand, it's a month before Halo comes out. We're trying things. I had to explore things, bro. You gotta let me fly, Liquid. I'm a bird, all right?
Well, while you guys play Fortnite,
fine.
I'm gonna play Guardians of the Galaxy or something.
Hey, you guys, man.
You guys.
Check your computer, Liquid.
Dude, if Fortnite was on my computer, I'd lose my shit. I'd run out this. I'm like, podcast is done, and I'd run away. I just run away. I look like fucking Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone when he's running around the house. Yeah. And then last but not least, the man, the myth, the legend, the runner / track star, Matt.
He's a runner, he's a track star. He's the best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. My brother Matt. Matt is bro. I delivered to his job.
Oh, really? What part? Okay.
Yeah, I delivered like a bunch of parts, and I was like, oh, and I got to see Matt at work.
Nice.
And I was like, yo, what's up, man? And I was like, bro, this is because I haven't been there since I was a kid, because my dad used to work at there, and I don't know if he wants me to say so.
No, that's fine. We'll keep it like it.
But, yeah. And it was like I realized I haven't been there like since before I was 10 years old.
Wow.
They had like a thing where you bring your family and it's like a carnival, and there was like face painting.
Oh yeah.
And all that stuff. So I'm like seeing it, and it's just, bro, it is literally blasting my brain with memory, dude. I'm just like, I remember this, I remember that. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, it's funny because as I was driving through, I was like looking around. I'm like, I remember walking here, and I'm like, there was a thing, and I'm like, I remember that over there, and I couldn't find because my dad apparently smoked cigarettes on a bench all the time, and I was trying to look around for it. I couldn't find it.
Damn.
But I'm like, there's apparently a bench where he would just smoke
Cigarettes.
Oh, that makes the whole entire list of the transaction. And so we want to thank you all again for your support. We love you so much. And for those who once were here and not here anymore, you can die in a fire.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying? Whoever that is, just know it's on site. Anyway, speaking of what's on site, Liquid, you know what I love? Multiplayer online services just go off without a hitch. Speaking of with the Switch, Liquid, what's going on with Nintendo?
Dude, not a goddamn thing. I'll tell you that much. Holy shit. Talk about a clusterfuck. So, for those who don't know, all right, Nintendo Online, they released their expansion pass, right? So At first, it was for a solo plan. It was $20 a year. That'll give you not only the online services, it gives you NES games, it gives you Super NES games. Pretty sweet deal. $20 a year. That's not bad. Then they decided, hey, you know what? We're gonna start throwing N64 games. We're not really gonna make the online any better, but we're gonna throw the N64 games. Yeah, not gonna talk about the online. Just throw some N64 games. They threw an update in for Animal Crossing that hasn't came out yet, I think. But and they're also gonna release the Sega Genesis collection of games as well. Wow. Now you're thinking,
completely forgot about the Sega.
bro. Not only did you forget about it, Nintendo fucking forgot about it, and I'm gonna tell you fucking why. Exactly. I'm gonna fucking tell you why, dude. Like why you forgot about it? Because Nintendo's dumb as fuck. That's why. So here's the thing. So, like I said, the expansion came out, whatever. So let me go over the problems. There's some problems that they're having with the expansion. All right. Obviously, so just to clear things up, they're using the same emulator that was on the Super Mario 3D All Stars. All right, that what came out, the Super Mario Sunshine, Mario 64, and Mario Galaxy Part 1. You know, and dude, you could tell that Nintendo just doesn't give a shit about their history. They don't. They treat it like shit. They literally grab emulators that people have already done better than they have, and screw them up. Like so. Oh, you got something to say?
Oh.
You sure?
I'm laughing at Nintendo right now. I'm sorry,
dude.
I messed up your flow.
Talk up. No, it's fine. Trust me, the flow can get right back, dude. Trust me. Like I got like shit to say. So just to give people, just to run off some of the list of the things that are happening. So input lag, that's a problem. All right. And
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, there's so you have your like they're just saying like it just doesn't feel right. Like it feels off. Like playing the game, sometimes you feel sluggish, and you're like, dude, like apparently like if you go to the Mario 64 on 3D All Stars. That just came out a few months ago or last year. If you play that, like apparently Mario 64 plays pretty good. Now doesn't for some reason. Like it feels off. I don't know why. So input lag. Some games look way worse than others. Textures. Nintendo 64, since the processing power just wasn't really that high, so they would use a lot of fog effects to hide the draw distance from seeing like structures pop in and stuff like that. So you needed that fog so you don't break the immersion. They kind of needed that, right? These emulators, a lot of them don't even use the fog well. Like you could see in the distance, you could just see shit coming in and out, and it's just like it just looks terrible sometimes. Controls don't translate well, so like one button might like so here. Let me. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get my pro.
Okay. My liquid's in a fit of rage because I don't know if he's gonna keep this in, but he's burning with the rage of 1,000 nerds.
This is the Pro controller that I have in my hands. Right, great controller, I love it. And so they have like for the N64 controller. I should have got the N64 controller to make some comparisons too, but whatever.
Yeah, N64 controller. Go. Yeah. We're going full in. Yeah, guys. Like, yo, let's go. Oh, that's weird. The switch is on the outside. You know, I get why it's on the outside instead of the inside, but it's just awkward. Okay, still look on the way out. All right. Oh man.
Oh, crap. Get out. Okay.
Get out of here.
N64. This is your N64 controller, all right?
Wow.
So you got your B, your A, and then you got your C buttons, right? So, for example, Ocarina of Time, you could have mapped items to these C buttons, right? On the Pro controller, they decided to make it pretty, like these two up here, and then these two trigger buttons back here, making no sense. And it still says C. Like you can't. It would have been easier if they would have just put it on the fucking D-pad. They didn't do that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You get what I'm saying? How brain dead do you have to be to not be able to just figure? And you can't map the controls. You would think, hey, what easy fix, you know, just like every game that has like a remake or a re-release, I could just remap the controls. You know what I'm saying? No, not gonna happen here. So yeah, so you can't even remap the controls. So like that already is a pain in the ass in itself. Like I said, it's the same emulator as the 3D World or 3D All Stars. Keep in mind now, you're paying $30 extra. If for the solo plan, you're paying $30 extra for these N64 games for the year. So not that, you know, $30 for a year I don't think is that bad. But when you're getting the shit quality that you're getting here, it's not even worth $1.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And then to top it all off, I want to talk about Sega Genesis.
What's up, Sega?
So yeah, Sega Genesis, you can tell Nintendo has zero love for Sega. Zero. Even though they're not even a valid competitor in the console market, you know what I'm saying? Still no love, all right? People were like, wait, where are the Genesis collection? So like when you play your Nintendo Switch, you know, you got your main menu with your little windows over the games. You know, when you had the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, they had their own little folder for the games. You know, you could click into. Sega, nope. You actually have to go into like the Nintendo Online part of it, where you would normally download the N64 emulators. You would have to go all over there just to find the Sega one, and you have to play it from there. So you have to take like a few extra steps just to play the game. By the way, these games will run way better than the N64 games. I'll tell you that much too.
Really?
Yes. Like apparently the Sega games run fantastic. Apparently they run really well.
So the blue blur is getting the last laugh?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And apparently Nintendo paid apparently, I don't know how much, but they paid pretty big money to have Sega like to get the Sega collection, because apparently they had, I guess, with the Wii or Wii U, and I guess Sega didn't like the way they kind of treated the IP, from my understanding. So Sega's like, yo, you want it? You're gonna have to pay this high dollar amount, and Nintendo paid for it. And yeah, they're not putting it in the front at all. They're just leaving it in the back, like whatever, like it's an afterthought, and it runs better than the fucking N64 games.
Has Sega officially said anything about it, or have they been like bums the word?
Yeah, I think they've just been silent. Like they're just like whatever. Like, because you figure their game's on everything. They could give two shits. They're like, dude, our game, you could play that shit on a fucking potato. Like, or like, oh, this just in, we're celebrating the new year with our potato console. So yeah, dude, you could play Sega Genesis games on almost anything. Steam has it, your PS3s, all your modern consoles have it. So yeah, so nothing, you know, or nothing to be concerned about for Sega. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, Nintendo. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Getting back to N64.
Yeah.
So you know that supposedly there's leaks and more games coming in, Pound, but off of this Rocky Start Liquid, are you gonna pay $8 a year for this amazing collection of video games?
Absolutely not. Nintendo has to pay me to play to get that shit. Fuck that, dude. Like, the funny thing is that I was up for it, and here's the thing. You want to know here's the kicker. The kicker is that Nintendo is gonna get away with it because people are gonna keep fucking buying it. They keep doing it.
Oh, I don't think that's true, dude. I've been listening to look, and this might be the silent minority, right? I've been listening to a lot of shows. I've been reading a lot of comments, seeing what people are saying, because people aren't trying it. Some people are like, I didn't have any problems, and some people are like, I'm having all the problems.
Yeah.
And it seems like more people are having issues, and that like they're starting to push back. And the main thing they're saying is like, well, look at Game Pass. I'm like, when you have Nintendo kids are like, hey, look what Xbox is doing.
Yeah.
I was blown, because I'm like, Nintendo's not gonna get, no Nintendo fan's gonna give Xbox credit.
Sure.
Like, in console wars, that is dumb, but like, no, it's happening in real time. Like, I think it's amazing. And then the thing is, there's one game above the rest, one franchise that your boy called, bro, the real MVP of Nintendo, my boy Fox McCloud Star Fox, is the only game right here that runs amazing on this stuff.
Like, apparently some games work better than others. Star Fox is like great.
Yeah,
and it's so wild. Like, I don't know, I just don't feel like I get what you're saying, and rightfully so. Why not compare it to Game Pass? You know what I'm saying? You're like, you're paying, I mean, granted, I get it that you figure at the end of the year you're paying more for Game Pass than you're paying for these games, but I mean, you're getting something that works. You know what I'm saying? For starters, let's get that out the way. You know what I'm saying? You're still getting great games, but it's just like, dude, it just goes to so, like, you see like collections that come out, you know, like old games getting that collection treatment. You know what I'm saying? Mega Man's done it. A lot of the Konami games are doing it. And some people are just like, oh, it's a little bare bones. Some people complain about how, oh, they don't feel like they gave them the like as much credit as it deserved. Like they could have put more into it. The shit works though. It works. That's the kicker though. It's just like, what, it doesn't matter. Like, even if it should, like, you can't compare the N64 shit because it doesn't work. It's broken. It's terrible. Dude, oh my god, it's crazy. I just don't understand how you drop the ball so fucking bad. It just goes to show, like, the fact that they have to go out of their way to sort of obtain their own IPs through emulation. Dude, you know how fucking weird that sounds? You know how much of a piece of, like, how much you don't care about your history at that point? You can't sit here and say, oh yeah, we care about the, you know what I'm saying, the history of Nintendo or the games that we've come. No, you're full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's mind-boggling, dude.
They dropped the ball on their own court. Like, you know what I'm saying? They had the home field advantage. They had geniuses working at Nintendo. And somehow still, I felt like this is like, it would have been harder to fail than to succeed at this. This is how I feel about this. And I'm like, how did you, I get it that maybe like the services may have been like the internet connection. I was expecting that, but you're like, hey, connection sucks, but more or less good experience. That's what I was expecting. This is just where people are like, dude, I can't. I saw a Mario clip where it's like double audio when you're playing the game and stuff like that. And like I guess there's a certain patch point in Mario 64, so people are just glitching all throughout this freaking game. It's like, it's not like. It's like, oh my god, so much work. Yo, the work has already been done.
Right, exactly.
Some dude in his basement already did it, not working for Nintendo, and you decided a couple years ago that you're gonna round up all these emulator stuff, sue the crap out of these people, and take them. Basically, all you have to do is go through the vault, out which ones that work, and then put it in, like,
yeah, and change the buttons a little bit, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Remap the buttons, which I mean,
a lot of these emulators and other things already have that already injected.
Right, exactly. That was my next point. Yes, like, so many emulators, so many like consoles have done this already better, and Nintendo somehow finds a way to fuck this up. Like, it's just like, holy hell. And it's just like, you could tell it was more of like a quick cash grab, because just like, you could tell they're like, oh, we're bumping it up $50 a year. Now you're starting to compete with PlayStation, you know, Xbox and stuff like that for their online services. And this is how you're gonna do it. This is how you're gonna make it there. This is how you're gonna compete. The fuck out of here.
You don't try to be in a heavyweight fight if you're a $135. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
soaking wet.
Let's be real. Yeah, Oh my god, don't do it. You're not that guy, pal. Nintendo, you're not that guy. The reason why we pay the $20 the online and for the stuff, because you're like, hey, this is a lesser experience, but I'm also paying lesser the money. So you're like, okay, but nothing was involved. There is no promise from Nintendo that this extra money we're paying is gonna fix other problems that Nintendo Online has itself.
Right.
And it seems the way that Liquid is a future teller person that he was like, don't give me more games to fix this online problem. Right. And that's exactly what Nintendo is about to do, because there's been leaks already, and it seems like a lot of like games that normally we would be excited for are coming to the N64 emulator thingy. But they're like, oh, is it gonna be more trash? Is it just gonna be disappointed all over again?
Yeah.
Like,
you're most likely are going to be disappointed again. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, and the thing is, there's a lot of people who are just like, oh yeah, I'm getting it because of the Animal Crossing update. That's why I'm getting it. And it's like, that's a stupid excuse, but okay, I guess. I mean, I feel like you could buy that separately and you get the same, you get a better experience. You don't have to worry about any of the online shit. You buy it once you have it. Because the thing is, with a Nintendo Online, I think once you, if I'm not mistaken, the Animal Crossing update, once your online expires, you don't have the update. That expansion, if I'm not mistaken, you don't have it anymore. It just doesn't exist. So
can't be real.
I'm almost positive, dude. I'll look it up, but I'm 90. I want to say I'm 80% sure. I would say.
Oh, that'll be rented. Hold on, my ex-boy fanboy is about to pop off. All right, Xbox One died because essentially of renting video games and content, and that's essentially what you're doing the same. Now, if this just goes off without a hitch, bro, you got me fucked up.
Right.
I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, it damn near killed the Xbox, and for Nintendo, it doesn't even get mentioned. Are we serious? Is this what we're doing now?
So I'm reading up here. And these are the titles here. These are the titles. you get to keep some things apparently. I don't know exactly what that entails. Like some people are saying it's safer to buy the Animal Crossing New Horizons DLC separately than Nintendo Online Switch Pack. What you need to know: Nintendo announced the paid downloadable, whatever. The DLC can be purchased. However, here we go. With a lapsed expansion pack, subscription will lose access to the Animal Crossing downloadable content. Dude, like the thing is, like oh my god, like I feel like Nintendo's such a greedy fucking bitch, and people just are just willing to just throw their fucking money at it. It's crazy. It's fucking insane.
Oh, this is offensive, and
it's offensive, but people still support. That's the problem. This is the same people
Animal Crossing can't be that good. Is Animal?
I mean, look.
Animal Crossing that good? Oh, it's really good, ain't it?
Look, I'm not gonna lie. All right, Animal Crossing is pretty good. Like it's not even so much that it's really good. It is good, but it also came out at the right time. You know what I'm saying? It came out when there wasn't really any games. Everybody was stuck at home. You know what I'm saying? Like you remember there was like you couldn't even find a Switch because of Animal Crossing.
Is it worth this headache that we're dealing with right now, Liquid?
For me personally, I don't think so. But there are like big Animal Crossing heads out there that are like, I spent 600 hours on my island. I spent 400 hours on my island. I didn't come anywhere remotely close to that. If anything, like I've spent a pretty good amount of time on my island. I don't know how many hours, but it can't even go past 100. I'll be honest with you. There's no way. Like I didn't even see the credits roll on my game. So I only saw the credits roll. So what does that tell you?
Wait! You can actually beat Animal Crossing?
It's not necessarily beating it. Like you're just like you get to a point where the credits roll, which is kind of where I wanted to stop. Because to me, that's beating it, right? You see the credits roll, that's it, you're done. You know, but like apparently that after that, it like, really opens up even more. Like, because now you can start like, if I'm not mistaken, you can start like fabricating your island and like making mountains and make like or cut mountains down, and you can like really make the island your own.
That's kind of tight.
Yeah, it's cool. You know, you invite people. I think it's a great game for flexing on your friends. You know what I'm saying? Yo, check out my island. Look at this cool thing. Look at this right here. Oh, that's just a Mario hat that I just found. You know what I'm saying? Or oh, this right here. Yeah, that's just it's a Gundam. You know, it's just sitting there. You know.
Oh man, but honestly, this is really not good.
No.
You see, as an Xbox fan, it's easy for me to be like, nah, fam, you ain't the one, Daniel, son. And like, think about it now. I'm like, I've used Nintendo Online a handful of times. For the most part, a pleasurable experience I've had online.
Yeah.
I was playing Smash with, he's not going to be named. And we were having a great time.
Yeah, and I hear like the online looks better. That actually does. I wanted to give it credit because that did look better. Like from when I tried it, it felt like crap. But when I've seen it play, like others that I've played with, I'm like, oh man, it actually looks like it is running better. So maybe they did fix the online stuff in the background, but they
at least for Smash when I was playing with Redacted, like it was there was very little to no lag, and I was having fun. Like
right.
and I don't even think Redacted like had any issues either.
Right, yeah, it didn't seem that way. I asked Mr. Redacted himself. But yeah, dude, I don't know how you drop the ball so hard. I don't know how you take one step forward just to take like 5 steps back. It's crazy. It's insane.
Liquid, and going back to our previous topic, stuff like this is why I think Halo stands more of a chance of just throwing it back to it. I looked at the chief and I'm like, we're having fumbles left and right, bro.
No kidding.
And it's happening, and it's not even just like on the shooter standpoint. It's across the board, and I feel like it's so like it's happening on such a big scale that we can't see it all. Like I feel like the gaming community as a whole thinks that we're gonna go back to 2019. It's like, yo, fam, it's not. We're messing up on every conceivable level. And
you're right. Like I do feel like it's not just the shooters. You're right. It is impacting a lot of things. Hell, and I'm wondering if that's why maybe like right now I'm playing, and I'll talk more about it maybe later, but Guardians of the Galaxy. I've been playing the Guardians of the Galaxy game that came out, and I don't think it's like the greatest game in the world, but I think because there's so much just bullshit that's out right now, like so much shit that just doesn't work, that maybe that game is not as good as I think it is. When I'm comparing it to whatever else is out right now, it just nothing else can compete. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's where I'm at. I don't know. I still think it's a good game, but maybe ask me a year from now and see what happens.
If you look back on it fondly, or it was just like, man, it was cool for that week.
Yeah, exactly. It was a fun week.
You know, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't want to throw too much shades. There is something to be said about a fun game to be played for like 1 week or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, when you have this, man, that was a fun little experience. On
Sure.
to the next.
That was my experience with Metroid Dread, in my opinion. It was good.
For me, I was just about to say, I was like with Hades.
Yeah.
I'm like, I really was grinding the crap out of it for 1 week. I'm like, if anybody asks me, I'm like, go play. Heck, I've made Andreas play it. He's currently going through it. My friend Patrick, you know Patrick. Jesus, what am I saying? My friend Patrick.
Your friend Patrick.
You know what it is? Because Patrick, he refers to everybody that if you don't know that person, you're like, my friend blah, my friend blah, my friend. Like he'll say that with everybody.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah. So, you know, and he's playing Hades. He's like, it's Hades. Bro, it's so funny. He's such a filthy fucking casual. He calls Ivan and he's like, is Hades free on Game Pass? And then like Ivan's like, a minute, Chris, is it free on Game Pass? I was like, yep. And I was like, he's like, yeah, there you go. You have Hades.
It's included with your subscription. That's a
Free on Game Pass, baby. No,
I love that, dude.
no.
It's so funny, dude.
I'll tell you one thing, dog. If Nintendo just plays nice and let Big Daddy Phil come on the Switch, I'm sure as shit. You see, that's why they don't want it. I saw tinfoil today. And I didn't buy it. Now I'm pissed. All right. So like the thing is, I'm like, this is how when you see the Nvidia leak from before and the rumors of Game Pass coming to Switch. Oh, we see these hits that are taken. Nintendo's gonna want to see it. And if there is any sizable thing that happens, I don't know about the Xbox, but the Nvidia stuff might come to be because you know they want this money, and I'm like, eventually they're gonna run out of N64 games. I know, but it's just the truth of the situation. So, bro, the Nvidia leak, I'll tell you. The Nvidia leak is, it's just the writings on the wall.
Look,
how could you not tell?
The fact that Nintendo can't even like get their own first party shit out like in a feasible manner, like in a way that works. I hope that's the case. I want them to put it on other shit. Absolutely. Stop hiding your shit. Stop keeping it in the fucking Disney vault, whatever the hell you call your version of this fucking vault, and just like release it to the public. Let people do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, because obviously you can't do it, Nintendo. Nintendo's good at Nintendo.
More like Nintendo.
Dude,
we're the first ones who ever say that joke. Microtransaction exclusive, copyrighted. You can't use it.
It's not even close. The 90s are all about Nintendo. Genesis does what Nintendo. That was the catchphrase for Genesis.
Wow. Liquid is obviously drunk on the rage of 1,000 Nintendo Switches being. It's just the sound of the drift is driving Liquid crazy. Don't listen to him, all right? Just listen to Chris, okay? Game Pass is coming to Switch, and then Nvidia is gonna fix the problem, okay? It's gonna be a collaborative effort.
Dude, it's so funny when you said Nintendo need to call like Uncle Phil or some shit, and you said Daddy Phil, and he said, so he can come on the Switch. I'm like, whoa, when do we come on the Switch?
I see what it said, because he's gonna birth a new age in Nintendo, bro.
I love it. I like that. I love that. Oh man, I'm gonna let's switch it. We gotta go to brighter news, right?
Oh, we gotta switch it.
Yeah, switch it to a better subject. Absolutely. We're done with Nintendo. We've kicked them enough. Time to get into the state of play of things. All right. So, PlayStation last Wednesday held a state of play. And yeah, and they just showed some games. Now, granted, they did make it clear that we were gonna get about a 20-minute show, third party, see what the third parties are up to, and yeah, it was. I don't think it was it's gonna blow you out of the water, but you know, it was a good show. It wasn't like terrible. You know what I'm saying? It has shaky moments, and we'll talk about it. You know, so. Before I start listing off some of these great games, anything you want to say, Chris, before I start?
You miss this entire state of play, still wouldn't have missed anything.
Honestly, that's a great point. I don't think you would have missed much of anything. The only thing I would say, and this is just me, I'm just really excited for the Devil Inside. However, that comes with what is it? What's the word here when it comes with like I can't think of anything. It's not all gravy. Let's just put it that way. All right. Yeah. So. First thing that we saw, they opened up with Deathverse, Let It Die. For those who don't know, Let It Die is a series that started on PlayStation 4. It was a free-to-play series. I'm assuming this is going to be free-to-play as well. This game looks stupid. There's just no... I'm sorry. I think it looks dumb as shit. I played Let It Die, the original one. I thought that was stupid. I think this is going to be just as stupid, if not more stupider. All right? And maybe I'm stupid for saying stupider. I don't know.
Maybe not, though.
Yeah, spring 2022 is when that's coming out. Chris, any thoughts on Death Verse?
I say I'm just gonna echo more of the same thing. I was just like, this is a weird way to start it off.
Yeah, from the get-go, you're like, oh, this is what you're starting off with? Damn, you must have nothing to show. That's really what it comes down to. And it's okay. If you have nothing to show, you don't have to make a show. We'll get to that towards the end.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, I was like...
Okay. All right, and then we had another game, We Are OFK. This game, I'm interested because I don't know what the hell it is. All right, it's like a game about a real life band that exists. So I don't know if this is just their weird way of selling themselves, like marketing, but why not? You know what I'm saying? It was funny. You know, it had like dialogue, a little banter between one another, friends and stuff like that. You know, it was cute and fun. There was a cool cat though. There was a cool cat in a passenger seat. Loved it. That's the only thing I loved about it, to be honest. Then that's coming out also 2022.
This is my game of the show.
Really?
I was like, oh, I'm like, the conversation, the thing, I'm like, they're trying to do something totally different out of pocket. I'm like, I'd buy this. I'm like, I'm down for the adventures. I think it's supposed to be episodic.
Yes, 5 episodes.
It comes every episode also comes up with its own track.
Oh, that's right, for their upcoming album.
Yeah, and I was like if you make a pretty serviceable game, I'm like, it comes with cool music and the art is awesome. I was like, this could be super dope.
Yeah, you could be onto something. I mean, maybe I'm interested to see what the hell it is, because I really don't. I still think I have more questions than answers, and so I am interested. But yeah, we'll see.
What is it, the click to text adventure kind of thing? I think this is like the kind of
like a point and click adventure, one of those.
Yeah, I think it's just like them chilling, getting to another group, enjoying funny jokes, making decisions on the band, stuff like that.
It's not good for me then, because I hate point and click adventures. I think point and click adventures suck. Like, I think they were great in the 90s, and that's exactly where they need to belong. Like, just stay back there.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but that's what it looked like to me.
No, you could be right. Then we got Bugsnax is getting a free update called the Isle of Big Snacks, coming out in 2022. I have played Bugsnax, and I also think that game sucks. So yeah, I think you're gonna get a free update of just more sucks. What'd you think?
Okay, Bugsnax has one of the most boppin' songs on the but okay, that is like all this update is bigger Bugsnax.
Mm-hmm.
All it is. Like, and if you're, I don't want to call y'all dumb. Hey, you're watching the Untitled home. You're not dumb if you want to buy and play this game. Okay, I'm just saying there's other things that'd be a better way for you to spend money. Okay, than this.
Right.
All right, that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Now, okay, so let me get because the good news is you don't have to spend any money. It's a free update that's coming to a game that was free, released with the PlayStation 5. So if you had it, you get a free update. So
You sure Bugsnax was free?
I got it for free. I think it was free for a short period of time, like for the launch of the console. It was that. It was the Astrobot one. I think those are the 2 that were released.
Oh, then go nuts. I didn't know. I thought it was like a $30 game or something like that.
Yep.
Oh, then go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then why not? Bigger Bugsnax. If you're still playing Bugsnax and it's free with all those things now, I completely changed my stance. It's free, and if you're still enjoying this world and want to make your bug dressed with different fruits as limbs, go nuts. I'm glad you get bigger fruits now.
Yeah,
Good for you, bro.
This game I would say is just great for kids. Let your kid get it. If you don't want your kid to screw up any of your like saves or anything like that on PlayStation, just have them play Bugsnax. You know, let them just rot in Bugsnax. Have at it. All right, the next one we had Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. It comes out December 16, 2021. I'm not a scary game kind of. I never liked Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's how I feel about this. I feel like it
it missed the mark for me.
Yeah.
Only because I never played any of the games. Like I I saw the YouTube, I saw the jump scares and this and that. I'm like, man, this is really cool for someone.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you.
I think this probably should have closed the show because of the broad appeal that the name franchise has.
You say that, but I like the way they close the show. Well, again, take it with a grain of salt. I'll get into that.
I'm just saying. I think they should have been flipped personally.
Okay.
We'll get there. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we're there. There it is.
Next release was Death's Door, coming November 23rd, 2021. It blew us away. I thought Death's Door was already out on PlayStation. I thought it came in day one with Xbox. Apparently not. It came on Xbox, what, last month was it? So yeah, so like a month later. Really strange, but you got it now, PlayStation.
If you haven't played Death's Door, by the way, I heard that they go gunk gunk. Hopefully, nothing's broken. But he's checking right now, panically. But if you haven't played Death's Door and you like, this is your opportunity. Play. It is an awesome adventure game. Like it's simple yet precise, and it's really a good game. So I can't recommend it enough.
Okay, love it. Yeah, Chris has played it. I'm interested. I might have to get it. How much? I'm assuming it's the same price regardless, PlayStation or Xbox. I'd imagine.
It was $15. I got it on a disc. I think it was $20, but I got it on a discount because they had one of those deals where if you get the pre-order before, you get $5 off. I'm like, forget all this freaking art and all this other crap, bro. Let me pay less for the game.
Yeah, there you go. Why not? All right, and then after that, then they showed Kart Rider Drift, a free-to-play game coming in 2022.
I thought this was bro. The whole time I thought it was the people that make Little Big Planet.
Yeah. Molecule. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like, I'm like, oh, are they making another one of this? And then they're not. And then I'm like,
oh, you thought it was Little Big Planet Kart Racer? You see, I thought it was Mod Nation Racers. Do you remember that one?
I thought that yeah, that's the same people that make it, isn't it?
Mod Nation Racer was a different team. Like it had a lot of similarities because of all the customization that was in Mod Nation Racers. So, and it was like the best way to describe it was like Little Big Planet meets, Mario Kart. That was the best way to describe it.
I'm pretty sure that Mod Nation Racers was made by the same people that made Little Big Planet.
Dude,
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I want to say it's the same thing, the same team.
It was made by United Front Games.
I was wrong.
And then in collaboration with San Diego Studios, who makes MLB The Show. So, okay.
I was close.
Yeah. First party. You're still first party.
Bro, you just gave me a participation medal. Here you go, you idiot. All right.
Then, this one, I think this is going to surprise you. Like, as far as how I feel about it. King of Fighters 15. They announced there's an open beta coming February. The open beta is coming. I didn't put down the dates because I don't think anybody really cares. However, the game itself is coming out February 17th, 2022. Now, I'll be honest with you. Like, you could tell PlayStation is really trying to push their fighting tournament thing they have going on. I think they purchased Evo, if I'm not mistaken. And then so they're really trying to push that. So they're really trying to make PlayStation like the place to play for fighters and stuff like that. So, and I saw it and I'm like, I'm never gonna play this game. But if I have nothing to do and I find out this open beta is out, I might try it. I just might try it.
King of Fighters is a rock solid 2D fighter, incredibly it's supposed to be incredibly tough to master. So only the sweatiest of the sweaty fighting game community is into it. Oh my god. But it's super tight. The game is awesome, and if you like the old school is it Street Fighter Alpha 3? If you like that art style, this is kind of like that.
Street Fighter Alpha 3 is one of my favorite Street Fighters. Just because I like the parry system though. That's really what it is.
The art style is the same, and it's just so beloved. Everyone loves that art style.
I don't think I've ever played a King of Fighters game. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I've ever played not one. I played a Virtua Fighter game.
What?
Something.
King of Fighters is a good time. I remember I dabbled.
Okay.
Someone was like, hey, try it out. I was like, let me try it. And I played around. I'm like, okay, I get it. I was like, but then it just, for me, I was just like, I'd just rather play Street Fighter.
Yeah, for sure.
At the time.
That makes sense. Then they showed First Class Trouble, which just seems like a lesser cool Among Us. it looks like it plays exactly like Among Us. There's one person who's a robot who's trying to kill everybody. It comes to PlayStation Plus, so you don't have to pay anything if you have a PlayStation Plus subscription on November 2nd. I'll probably add it to my library. I don't see myself ever playing this though, ever.
Yeah.
Then it was Star Ocean: The Divine Force. Incredibly Japanese, boring, but incredibly Japanese.
This was the most generic shit I think I've ever seen in my life.
I agree, but honestly, I think that's a lot of like Star Ocean. That's kind of Star Ocean. Like Star Ocean, like looks generic. It's like very, just like the voice acting is not the greatest. They don't get the great. They get like the C-list actors. So they get like bottom of the barrel like voice actors. And when I saw it, the funny thing is that I thought, I'm like, oh, this looks like a new Xenoblade, like the way it looked open world and stuff like that. But then when I saw Star Ocean, I'm like, oh, okay. The crazy thing is that occasionally Star Oceans will go on sale, and I'd consider buying them. I'm like, oh man, should I just try it now? Like it'd be on sale for like $10. And I'm like, maybe I should give it a shot. And I just never end up pulling the trigger. I don't see that happening with this game either.
Oh no, I was like, this looks god awful. I was watching this like, this can't be real. I was expecting this to be the joke trailer for them to show the new game. And like, you know, like halfway through the guy's doing this generic jump fly thing through like the whole like all right, it's gonna be a funny joke where this funny comedian game comes out and he's like, oh, I'm so zany.
Yeah.
I was expecting that to have happened. Oh, I did not like. I was like, wow, I like nothing that's happening on screen right now.
Right. Oh yeah, it was tough. And then they close it out with Little Devil Inside. Now, Little Devil Inside. When I first saw the game, Little Devil Inside, I loved it. I thought it looked great. Now they showed us a little deeper dive into it as far as what we're kind of expecting, and I still love it. I like it a lot. I think it looks awesome. I love the whole open, when you have like this overworld and you got these little toys. It looks like a little play set kind of thing. I think it looks cute. I think it looks fun. I would love to have seen a release date, but we didn't get one.
I think it echoes more of what we were saying throughout this week's episode. It just might be is gonna come out eventually. We don't know. But like you said, the art style is amazing. Just reiterating what you're saying, I couldn't agree more. But the thing is, this trailer after Phantasy Star, whatever the fuck it's called, I don't even remember.
Star Ocean.
I just glazed over when I watched over this shit. But like I was just like, what is this now? And I feel like the trailer was like a slow build, and it was starting to get cool. Like I was like, okay, it looks real pretty, but like, you know, when they have the car and like, oh, there might be sheep in the way.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, dude, I guess like it's pretty, but like come on. And then like they're starting to get into like the meat and potatoes of the game, and I'm like, oh, okay. By the end of it, like before, like I liked it because we've seen it already.
Right.
And I was like, okay, cool. And then I was like, it spiked up, went down, and then towards the end, like halfway mark, then it picked back up, and I was like, oh, okay.
All right.
Do I think it should have closed the show? I do not.
Really? Now, I know you're telling me how you were feeling, especially coming after Star Ocean. Do you feel like Star Ocean is the reason part of the reason why you're feeling that way?
No, honestly, because I watched it on its own, because I'm like, the first time I did have some of that stank in my mouth. So I watched the trailer again, just like the trailer itself, and I was like, yeah, I still feel the same way.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, the trailer needed to be like, I understand what they were doing, and I'm happy they did it. I just don't ever want it when they show the game again. Hopefully they don't do all that, because it was a long walk.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I guess with how pretty it looked and the whole playset vibes that I like so much, I think I was in for that walk. Like I was okay with the walk. I really liked it. See, I thought it was a great closing. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. At least they ended it really good. I feel like everything before that, with the exception of like Death's Door, even King of Fighters piqued my interest. Everything else, I could care less. Like maybe We Are OFK, just because I don't know what it is. That's kind of has me interested. But for the most part, everything else, I just don't care. Speaking of like Deathverse and that Kart Rider Drift, it's free to play, and anytime I hear free to play, it puts a nasty taste in my mouth. I'll be honest with you. Very mobile. Wow, gross. But speaking of mobile,
this is me. I was about to say, dog. Tell the kids the truth, dog.
The truth is, I got rid of my phone a long time ago. No. So I've been playing some Pikmin Bloom. Man, that game, like, it's so funny because I'm like, oh, I gotta see how my Pikmin. And like, Ani's got like 2 Pikmin. I got like 6. I'm just like, yo, get your Pikmin game up. Like, come on. Yeah. And I actually dished out some money last night for it as well.
No, you didn't.
I did, but it didn't come directly out of my pocket. So, Google offers what is called Google Rewards. Okay. When it ties to your Gmail account, and what it does is it tracks wherever you go. So like, let's say you go to Walmart, for example, it'll say, hey, what did you do at Walmart? Did you enter it? Did you make a payment? It'll say, like, did you make a payment with a debit card? It's just surveys is all it is. And they'll give you a quarter, maybe 50 cents, 75 cents. It's just like change, but it accumulates. So like, I have like $11 in my Google Play credit account from those rewards from just doing surveys. So I'm like, I got $11. What's $1.99 on this game? So yeah, that's how I used to get all my Pokeballs in Pokemon Go. Is I used to like play. I used to do like Google those rewards, those surveys, and like it gives me like change, and it just builds up. And I'm like, oh, I'll buy 20 Pokeballs or however many Pokeballs with this.
Now the thing, it doesn't offend me that you used it, Liquid, in Pokemon Go, but you used it for Pokeballs. Spin a goddamn Pokestop, you fucking nerd.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ, dog.
I could have, but I'm like, ooh, that Pokestop's too far. I got the money now. Like, dude, I ain't got time. Let me just get these Pokeballs now, bro.
Oh my god, that's offensive to the senses. But getting back to a state of play, I think this was supposed to fill the gap for their fall that doesn't exist. I think they say like, oh, it's third parties, this and that, but I think this is supposed to fill the gap a little bit, and it didn't do that. To me, it just made the gap that there's no fall title, spring is up in the air, and we're just like, Tony, what are you doing?
Right.
You showed me God of War. Horizon Beyond West is on the horizon.
Nice.
The PlayStation drought right now is real.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You could tell like a lot of, I think the PlayStation, they kind of blew their load a little early. You know what I'm saying? Ratchet and Clank Returnal in the beginning of the year, and then that's it. They kind of went radio silent, right? I mean, what did we get? Deathloop. Maybe that came out, that was fun, and that's another game you want to talk about, a game that'll probably last you a week. I think if you're playing that game every day, that'll take you about a week to finish, and there's nothing really to go back to. I mean, I guess you can if you want, but yeah, I agree. The fall lineup it's not looking good. It's like you said, it's a drought, and if this was supposed to show that, like, that little gap between, yeah, not a good job. It just, if anything, it just amplifies it more that, hey, we kind of need something. Hopefully December there's supposed to be that game announcement. Maybe, I mean, even then, that's just an announcement. We're not getting a game, so let me make that clear. So it doesn't really do much, but hopefully we'll hear some news. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. The drought, it's real. Well, but I think that's across the board, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's just yeah, like hey, like what you got, Halo for Xbox, right? Forza, and then what else?
Age of Empires. Then on the
Age of Empires.
People love Age of Empires.
Yeah, on PC. Yeah, on PC. Like, I don't know. Okay, I guess.
Under the Game Pass model, and then I'm like, you just had the Metroid freaking game that came out that everyone's splooging all over. People are like, what? You did have this N64 crap, but it's not good. You have Pokemon coming out. Like, Nintendo and Xbox have plenty of things for you to play. It's only Sony that has nothing.
You see, you say plenty, but I don't think 2 games is plenty. I guess that's just me.
Like
what, 2 games
have...
in each console. I don't see that as plenty.
Oh, you're not counting? You're not giving me Age of Empires?
I can't. I don't know. I just feel like, because, like, okay, so how about this? Is Age of Empires is it a first party studio?
Is it now? I don't know.
Because, like, that's what I'm going by. I'm going by first party shit. Like first party stuff.
I know it's I think bought by them. It's one of the, I don't know. I just know it's under Game Pass.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I know at least 2 AAA titles.
Mm-hmm.
Like Forza is gonna be wealth, and like Halo is obviously Halo, and then with Nintendo, it's just Nintendo has basically Pokemon, and their Pokemon comes hell or high water.
Right. I get Pokemon.
Yeah. Pokemon itself, Nintendo always has, they'll have like one game and it'll lock down that month, and Pokemon kind of locks down because Pokemon games tends to be like 30 to 40 hours, like or at least like 30 hours.
Right.
So it's not like these are small games. Forza's not a small game. Halo's not a small game, and it's just Sony right now. It's just they're like, for some reason, like we're forgetting about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I don't know. I guess I like I said, I guess Sony just blew their load early this year. That's really what it comes down to.
They had to, bro. It was they were just like.
Well, I don't know if they had to, because you say they had to, but I feel like who else came up with games that early?
See, the thing is, I take it back, because the thing is that their intention was for Horizon to lock down this, and it just couldn't happen.
Right.
Which is the right thing to do.
Sure.
Okay, but the thing is, when you put all your eggs in the first party basket, and then they need to hit a certain quality level that we're all accustomed to with Sony's first party games, well, stuff like this is gonna happen.
Sure.
And the thing is, we assume the Horizon's gonna be ready in the spring. We don't know this.
Right. Yeah. That's not a guarantee.
And don't get me wrong, like. Game what's the famous saying? A game that comes out early but not ready.
Yeah, like a delayed game will eventually be good, but a bad game will always be bad.
Cyberpunk. I get it. It's just the truth. I get why they're doing it. I'm not faulting PlayStation. I think they are 100% doing the right thing. But I'm not a Sony apologist. I'm like, oh no, this billion-dollar company. I hope they're okay.
Right.
No, I need games to play, homie. I need it. Give me.
Now, does this affect the console sales?
No, not right now. They can't. Every console right now, dog. Even Xbox like ones and PlayStation 4s, they're selling like hotcakes.
Yeah. You know, it's funny you mentioned that. I was at GameStop picking up Guardians of the Galaxy a few days ago, like 2 or 3 days ago, and a guy went in there straight up asking for a PS4. He just wanted to buy a PS4. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Okay, I guess. So
he probably knows what the deal is with the PS5, but like still wants to play PS4 because PS4 a goddamn rock star of a console.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not? Like, buying a PS4 even now is not a bad thing.
Oh no.
You can still play Miles Morales, and like a lot of these games have that little PS4, PS5 thing that we saw throughout the state of play, like showing you that like, oh man, we were gonna kind of like, because we believe in generations.
Right.
We realized when push came to shove how much they believed in generations.
Slow that slowed down real quick.
And they had to. It's okay, dude. Just work on your messaging some.
It's the name of the game. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes shutting the fuck up is sometimes the right choice. It's really what it comes down to. Sometimes not saying anything is okay. Just throwing it out there. You don't have to always say something. Just because somebody else is doing something doesn't mean you have to fucking be in that conversation. You can stay quiet for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But
because I get it. Because right now, Forza and Halo 1, 2, it's gonna hurt.
I'm excited for Forza. This is like the first time I'm excited for like a racing game, especially Forza. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I want to play it badly. I think it's just the controller. I think the controller that I'm gonna get it has me hyped for Forza since it's a Forza controller. I think that's part of it. But yeah, man, I want to play the hell out of some Forza.
Playing with Redacted and Polymath too, like, I think it's gonna be hella fun. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Especially it's the Horizon, and I know they do some fun shit with it. You know, they had the Lego stuff on Forza Horizon back in the day, the Fast and Furious shit back on Forza Horizon not too long ago. Yeah, so I'm here for it. Please give me some more of that. Oh, well, I think that's all we have today. Chris, you have anything else to say?
Hey, guys. We're in a rocky state of gaming right now.
Yeah.
December 8th, can't come here soon enough, baby.
Ooh.
They all laughed at us. Hey, you laughed at me. You're like, Halo's gonna look terrible. It's gonna be trash. Look at it now. Look, it's two halves of a full game, but the two halves look great. And what can I say about your game, you son of a bitch?
You gotta tell that to Dr. Disrespect. He disagrees.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, that's all we have for today's episode. I'm gonna leave you off per usual. Love each other. Take care. Above all else, be cool. We'll see you. Oh, this has been a microtransaction. I was gonna say we're gonna see you in the next reaction, but yeah, this has been a microtransaction. We'll see you next week.